So this is how I made 20 grand in cash collected in the first 30 days in a completely new offer and new niche. And this is for you if you're an agency owner who's tired of their current way of getting clients. This works for you even if you're in a saturated niche. I'm going to break down the exact funnel that I use to be able to make 20 grand in a brand new offer, brand new niche. And this also made our client a 13K pay in full. One client paid him 13 grand, one payment, one call. And he was able to do 133 grand in cash collected right now. I was able to do 48 grand in new cash that single month. All right. And so this is the exact funnel that he used. And I'm going to go ahead and break it down. So if you're an agency owner right now and you're getting clients from cold emails, from cold DMs, you're running paid ads with crazy offers, crazy guarantees, that way of getting clients and appointments honestly sucks. And we all know it sucks. I did it for 3 or 4 years. It was a grind. Every day I had to start fresh. Our team had to start fresh to chase after leads. And it felt like we had to go hunt for food every single day. And I thought to myself, there has to be a better way to do this. There's no way that I have to chase after leads every single day. And I asked myself, why is it that referrals, if you guys have ever gotten referrals, we used to get referrals all the time and with our Cairo agency, and those leads were the warmest leads and they were so easy to close. And I thought to myself, why is it that these leads are the best leads? And it comes down to one single thing. They trust you. And it's a level of trust that the prospects have when they hop on a call or when they speak with you that will determine whether or not how much they will pay you and whether or not they'll even pay you in the first place, right? But we know that just relying on referrals to grow an agency is not the best way, right? But what if I told you there's a way to create the same level of trust, if not more, than referrals, but do it in a way that is predictable, that is a really good solution for you to be able to scale your agency. And the best part about it is that it only takes 1 hour a week. It just takes 1 hour a week for you to do and eliminates you having to chase leads ever again, right? And so the old way of doing things right now is you're chasing after leads. You're pitching people immediately off the bat. You're playing this rat race of having to pitch people, then close a few people, then go back and try to only pitch people that are hot and ready to go. And that's only 3% of the market. And so you're operating in this very slim market, right? And you're getting a high cost per lead. As a result, you're getting a high cost per acquisition, your profit's way low, and you have no long-term solution to your acquisition. And that's scary, right? And you're probably not following up with the current leads that you have in your database. There's no nurturing, as in the database, the phone numbers and emails that you collect. Let's say that you get 100 leads in 2 months and you spend $100 to get 100 leads, right? That's thousands of dollars that you're spending. And yet you only close, let's say 3 out of 100. And there's 97 leads that you spent thousands of dollars on that are not being nurtured, that are not building goodwill with you, and that are not building their level of trust with you. And I can tell you guys from experience that all agencies do this. They don't properly nurture their database. And when you can learn how to nurture your database and play the long-term game where you can build an ecosystem, build an actual way to build a long-term solution to your acquisition problems, that's when things will change, right? And so right now you're probably running direct to offer ads, direct to offer emails, direct to offer outreach. And most people just want to sell and then provide value. You guys want to sell and then just provide value. But the way to really do it is you need to provide value first. Give your prospects everything that they want. And then they will come to you when they're ready to buy. And they'll be willing to pay you more money and pay you upfront. All right, so we call this the value-based ecosystem, where you build users and you develop diehard fans in your market. And how do you do that? Again, you provide as much value. Right now, what I'm doing here is I'm recording a video and I'm recording value for you guys so that you guys can take this video and start to build your level of trust for me, right? And for that reason, I'm building an ecosystem of people that are going to buy from me down the line. And the way to do this, it's 3 phases, right, that we have here, which is basically simple value ads. This could be like a follower ad, a DM ad, a lead magnet, where you get people, you get 97% of your market, more people in your market to just enter your ecosystem. But the thing is, you'll have more people coming in, having conversations, and then you host weekly trainings. So this could be a 10 to 15 minute YouTube video like this that I'm recording right now, or this could also be a 1 to 2 hour webinar that you host live every single week for everyone in your ecosystem. So if you have a database right now and you have 1,000 leads, why not nurture those leads every single week, right? And drop trainings that are actually valuable. And that is what's going to get people to buy into your agency, right? And if you properly nurture and build up your database and build trust with your prospects, you'll have appointment setters able to pick off of the people in your database and set up appointments with you or your closer, right? So this is just to show you that this is not like an idea. We ran this for Zach last week, November 16th. And he had not only one client pay him $4,500 on the spot, like literally right after the webinar. The client just told him to give him a call, close him for $4,500 a month, right up front. And also, he was able to have 15 people stay for the entire 2 hours. So he had 30 hours. For 2 hours of his time, he was able to have qualified prospects stay on a Zoom call with him for 30 hours. I want you guys to tell me, name a better acquisition way, right? If he was able to have, let's say, 30 people instead of 15, just 2x the number of people, which he can easily do, he would have had 60 hours of people listening to him, his ideal prospects listening to him. Imagine what that does to your sales and your appointments and the level of trust that you build with your prospects, right? And so now he has 75 people that are going to watch the replay, right? He already had 15 people watch 2 hours of his stuff live and ask him questions and get their questions answered. He has another 75. And so really, we're talking about like 150 plus hours for just 2 hours of his time. On a Friday night, 2 hours was able to generate 150 hours of watch time with his ideal prospects. What do you think will happen when he has 150 hours watched of value, of goodwill in the market? Well, he's probably going to have his best month, right? And also on top of that, he now builds a long-term asset, and month after month, instead of having to chase leads every single month, he is compounding his results. He's compounding his efforts, right? He can continue to do this 2-hour webinar once a week, but instead of having 15 people, now we run ads to get more people into this ecosystem, and now his member count that joined on Zoom for his webinars, his live webinars, goes from 15 to next month we're going to shoot for 50. Then the month after that, we're going to shoot for 100. Then the month after that, we're going to shoot for 200, right? And now if he has 200 people joining his live webinar every single week, he has 200 for a 2-hour webinar. That's 400 hours of people in his market, his ideal prospects. He's going to have 400 hours of watch time. This is what separates the agencies that have acquisition down. That's a breeze, that's effortless, that's in a way that's aligned with the way that they want to sell, versus the agencies that have to come up with crazy offers, attract the worst type of clients, and have to chase after clients every single month. Even if you're 100K. I have clients that we work with that are above 100K a month. We have 5 that we're working with privately, and they all had to chase after leads, even at that stage, until we built the system, right? So again, this is the exact funnel that we use to help Zach go from 40K to 150K. It's also the same exact funnel. We use the same exact process to be able to do 20K cash collected in new sales in a brand new offer, brand new niche. And that was by providing value. And we didn't have to do a single outreach, and we didn't have to make any crazy guarantees or offers, right? Or spend hours to try to get clients. It only took 1 to 2 hours a week of our time. And then we set up automated systems, ads, to be able to get people into our ecosystem. All right, so let me break this down. 3 phases. Phase 1 is you need to get people into your ecosystem. And you want to do it in a way where you're able to scale, right? And get as many people in. And the best way to do that is to provide value. And so we set up what we call value-based ads, which is you just running an ad that could be on Instagram, Facebook, and you're just providing value. Say, hey, we helped this chiropractor go from 50 to 150 grand with his practice. DM me the word scripts to get the exact scripts that he used to be able to do that, right? And then you have people enter your ecosystem. Or you could have a free training video where they opt in with their email and phone number, and then boom, they enter their ecosystem. But you want to use ads. You don't want to have to do manual outreach or have to chase after leads. Just use ads to be able to get a very low cost per lead, right? That's going to be scalable since you're running a value-based instead of direct to offer. And you'll have way more people entering the ecosystem. And that's what's important. Now, this is the key. Once you have that system in place, Phase 2 is going to be nurturing all the prospects. You might have ran a lead magnet before or ran these type of ads before, but didn't see any new sales. And that wasn't because it didn't work. It's because you didn't have a middle of funnel nurturing system to be able to take all the leads that you're getting and be able to convert those leads into sales. Right? And this is what we do. We just require 1 to 2 hours of your time every single week. And we're going to have flooded your ecosystem with ideal prospects, with ads, right? And then we're going to use specific style live webinars and long form content to nurture all the people in your ecosystem at once. And this is key, right? We're not trying to nurture all the prospects one by one. We have a way to be able to take all of your database, all of the leads that are coming in, and be able to nurture them all at once. And this is why it works so well. You're able to leverage your time, right? Zach only did a 2-hour webinar to be able to nurture 50, 60 hours of watch time, right? So again, let me break this down. 1 hour a week hosting a live webinar. Even if you just have 50 people join that webinar or watch that video, that's 50 hours of engaged leads that you're building massive trust with for only 1 hour of your time. And so would you do that? If you had to trade 1 hour of your time to get 50 people to watch 50 hours of your content, of your value, of you building goodwill, do you think that's a fair trade? Right? And that's only 50 people. That could go to 500 to 1,000, right? And this leads to you building a pool of your ideal prospects that are building trust with you at scale, right? At scale, and this is very key, and paying you fat retainers every single month. Because what happens when you have people consume 7, 10, 15 hours of your content, of you just delivering straight value, of you being able to show them exactly how you get them to the desired result? Well, they're gonna pay you, right? And they're gonna trust you a lot more than just a referral, because they spent hours with you already, right? And this is what you can do, and this is what most agency owners are not doing, right? So the way I explain it is it's like having an overpowered salesman, but instead of one-to-one, you're selling one-to-many, 1 to 2 hours of your time in a way that works with your prospect psychology, as in you're not shoving offers down people's throats. You're not going after cold prospects that have no clue who you are, that you haven't built trust with, that you haven't delivered value to, but you're going one-to-many, and you're selling to prospects that want to be sold. And they want to be sold because you provided value in the first place. And you're providing value at scale in a way that works with your audience. And this is the new way to get clients. This is honestly the best way to get clients. It's a short-term solution, or you might be thinking, oh, it's going to take me too long to sign on new clients. No, you just saw the example. Zach was able to close a $4,500 a month client from just his first webinar. And so not only will you get the clients, the 3% of the market that's ready to buy, that's ready to go immediately, but you'll also be able to build a long-term solution, right? We're talking about building a long-term asset that's going to allow you to effortlessly sign on new clients month after month. And the thing is, after the month ends, you don't have to start over, right? You're stacking goodwill. You're building up watch time. You're building trust with the market. And instead of having to start over like you would with the direct to offer with ads and high cost per leads, high cost per acquisition, bad clients, and having to start over every month, this way, you're compounding your efforts. And so every month your audience gets bigger. Every month your scalability with nurturing your prospects gets larger, and more and more people watch your content without you having to trade your time for that. Right? And so it's a long-term asset that you're building, and it will compound month after month. And that is how you provide a actual solution and a long-term solution to your acquisition problems. And you make it effortless to sign on new clients. And it also feels ethical. You're also doing it in a way that aligns with you, in the way that you're providing value, and a way that clients are buying. And the last phase here is once you continue to build an ecosystem, right? Let's say that you hop on a sales call and the clients don't close. Well, guess what? They just go back into your ecosystem. Most people, they just hop off a sales call and say, okay, you're not buying, see ya. But what if that prospect just needs a little bit more of nurturing? Do you have a nurturing system in place? But if you had an ecosystem, right? No problem. You don't want to buy today. Just go back to our training calls. We'll continue to add value. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and sign up with us, right? And that's what leads us to phase 3, which is you hire and plug in a commission-only appointment setter who can farm all the leads that you're building, all the people that are watching your content that you're building goodwill with, and your commission-only appointment setter will call and contact all these leads and just book them into your calendar, right? But this time they'll have ammunition, they'll have they'll talk to prospects. They'll have more prospects to speak to because you have more people entering your ecosystem. But also the people that enter your ecosystem, they'll be warmer because they have seen content from you and you've provided them value, right? And so this is the new way. This is the only way to get new clients sustainably in the long term to dominate your competition moving into 2024, right? And if you want to continue to grow. So if you hate the idea of sending more cold emails, spamming with crazy guarantees, having to chase after leads, having to start over every single month, and you just feel like you're in this rat race, right? And you want to build a long-term ecosystem where you can nurture your prospects, leveraging content, leveraging what I just showed you there, using value-based ads, automating the people that come into your ecosystem, then having a system to be able to nurture your existing database, and then have an appointment setter that's able to follow up with all those leads. That is what is going to allow you to scale your agency. Okay. And so shoot me a DM if you want to see how this works for your agency. We can tailor it and see how this would, what the game plan would look like for your niche. All right. So that you can start signing on high paying clients. All right. That's the exact way that we made, again, 20 grand in cash collected. And so if you want our help, go ahead, shoot me a DM, or there's going to be a calendar link that you can speak with me directly. And we just have a chat and see how we could help. Alrighty, guys. God bless. See you in the next video. Peace.